Okay, continuing on. I set the camera on the deck because my hands are all greasy and I'm trying not to get the camera greasy. So, weird thing here, remember the mystery washer that I was talking about a minute ago that doesn't appear to be on the parts list? Well, I suspect that both the mystery metal washer, this guy, and the oil seal that I ordered are probably one and the same. Part number 16 on the diagram, number 1303 oil seal. Because this was here, this metal guy was with the pulley. I didn't lose that. So when that goes in there, and when I try to put the new oil seal on as well, and the washer sticks out too far. So I think I've got two oil seals on there. If I take the new oil seal off and I put the washer on, they're all nice and flush, which is how I suspect how it's supposed to be. That makes sense to me. So, if anybody knows, if anybody looking at this video can tell me if I have this right or not, is this metal washer guy in fact the oil seal? I suspect it is, because look how nice and neat that is. So probably this plastic one that I ordered, I probably didn't need, but I'll keep it. So, snap rings. I've had some fun with snap rings. I went to a local Toro dealer and asked for all of these parts to see what they had, and they didn't have any, but the guy gave me a 3/4 snap ring, a couple of them. He said I could just have them, which was very cool. But they're obviously way too big. So I thought, well, that's weird. How can the 3/4 snap ring be too big when the diagram says 3/4? So I took my calipers and I measured here, and it's something like 9/16 or close to 9/16. So I went out to Ace Hardware and I got the snap ring that I thought was a close match to this inside part, and I bought a new tool, snap ring pliers, which I have never owned before, so I got a new tool. So I tried to put on the little snap ring here, and I put the pliers on and I bent it out, and it just doesn't fit. It's way too small. So actually what happened is the 3/4 snap ring that the Toro dealer guy gave me is in fact not 3/4. It's a little too big. So that's why it doesn't fit. So now I have to go out and get, for the third time, and get an actual 3/4 snap ring, and then I think I'll be okay. And I'm assuming this is the correct style of snap ring. I didn't look at this pulley before it fell apart on me, so I'm hoping this is right. If anybody knows what kind of snap ring is supposed to be on here, I'd appreciate knowing that too. So, I think this is hooked back up again, apart from the snap ring, which I have to buy. Now, I'm going to try to rub the grease off my hands. The next thing, once I get the snap ring on, I'm going to try to pick up the camera again. Hopefully I won't get it too greasy. Alright, hold on. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to try, once I get this back together with the snap ring, is tightening these belts. I think the reason the belts were slipping might be because these are a little loose, excuse me. So, I understand that they can be tightened using these shafts and this mechanism here. What I think I have to do, it looks like, is loosen these bolts and then screw this whole thing outward. Must be that's what these little guys here are for. So I think I need to loosen the bolt, screw the whole thing out, turn the whole thing out to make it longer, which will tighten the belts, screw those back in. These are a little dry. I should probably get some PB Blaster before I try to do those. But another question, is that the correct procedure for trying to tighten up the belts? So, when it's on the tractor, this is tight, which kind of pulls the belts tighter. I don't know if you can really see that, but if you have one of these decks, you know what I'm talking about. So, it's mostly back together. My questions are about the oil seal. I'm pretty sure that's right, but if anybody knows for sure, I'd appreciate some thoughts on that. And then my big question is going to be tightening up those belts. So I'll get some PB Blaster, let it sit for a couple days while I look for my snap ring. I'll probably go and do that tomorrow. So I think I'm almost there. I think I've almost got this back up and running, hopefully. So I'm going to post this video on Red Square, and if anybody has any thoughts, I would appreciate hearing them. Thanks a lot. Turning off greasy camera.